Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had every individual that's considered being a correctional officer, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have them smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons. Don't Trip, Papi Chulo, Put Me Out Sick Self, Elver Galarga, Malverde, AWOL, Institutional Recall That Ass, One Bad Yard Pedal, Cherokee Cat, Loco Moco, The Big Bad Wolf, Raider, L. Eli, Edgar, Gerardo, Steven, Rigo SD, Pelon, Eric, Not On My Watch, Who's Doing the Pipe, Denise, The Real McCoy, Jay, Ivan, Strip Search Sergeant, Keith, that's the best one, Strip Search Sergeant, Keith, Devil Dog, MCC Placa, Ricardo, Maladjusted, Bankroll Suave, Carmine the Pitbull, American Mestizo, Lori, 559CO, Ruben, CJ Zavalza, EOP Whisper, Fuck Your 602, Las Vegas Slice Live, Gavino, Hey Dad, wanna shoot some hoops? Priya These Nuts, Lockdown 5, Crystal Bon La Reina, Winston, Tony, page number 2. The Mexican Snowman, El Skid, Hobie Cat, Lead With Love, Elber 12, J.I. Esquien, Big Bad 48, Nova, Linda the Retired CO, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, Chevelle 66, Gigi, and Dallas Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that growing list of Patreons, make sure you hit that link in the description below. Trust me, you're definitely missing out. This episode right here, man, everybody bring it in. Bring it in, huddle, huddle. The hell, Hector's being serious? I'm being serious, man. There's a time and a place, right? The time and a place to be serious. Everybody bring it in. You know, people shoot me stuff on the DMs, right? There's a Reddit thread. There's a Reddit. You guys know Reddit? It's like a website. They ask questions, and one's a CDCR Reddit. And they always bring me up from time to time. A question that was asked on the thread is Hector Bravo a legit source? Question mark. I was thinking of applying, but his content is driving me away from CDCR, period. Listen, guys, my goal is to not drive anybody away from CDCR, right? My goal is to not destroy CDCR. My goal is to fix CDCR. And in order for me to fix CDCR, I have to identify the problems, right? One thing I'm good at is problem solving. Hector, stop tooting your own horn. No, I'm really good at problem solving. Why would I spend the last year on YouTube saying like, oh yeah, you get a shitload of money, blah, 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 when you literally have people being murdered as we speak, right? It's first watch. There's probably something crazy happening. There's a time and there's a place for everything. You better believe I'm going to dive into the positives. I already have in a few episodes just to sprinkle some sunshine in there. That's one. Number two is I'm not trying to discourage individuals from becoming a CO by any means. Listen to me. Now you're hearing me. I'm trying to hold the manageable, not even trying to hold. We actually are holding them accountable. A lot of them have already retired. A lot of them have probably already put in their paperwork. Hold the unethical managers, captains and above, that's where the problem is at, accountable, okay? Hold them accountable for what they do, for what they don't do, right? For breaking the rules, the violation of the policy, the law. This is a true story. This is a true fucking fact. Now, am I a legit source? I don't know. You take what you want from it. I did 16 years with the California Department of Corrections, starting in the year 2006, ending in the year 2022. In that time, I was able to promote to sergeant and to lieutenant, and I got a couple of certificates under my belt, period. All right. Got some experience on the line, period. We'll talk about the line. All right, we'll talk about the line. We'll talk about the different type of employees. And I can see where you guys are coming from because fuck, I was a hopeful candidate in 2002, 2003, 2004, right? There was a 2-year hiring freeze. I was excited to become a correctional officer. In fact, I'm so proud and passionate about my job. I'm still doing the job away from the job. That's kind of cool. So I'm doing it on my own terms. That was the whole point. Here we go. Backstory. 4 minutes in. And then people can do their little comments. And one put, his info is mostly doom and gloom. Not saying CDCR is a sunshine and rainbows, but it's worth looking into. All right. Again, it's been doom and gloom for the last year because I've been showing you 3%, 3% of how fucked up CDCR is, you take that for what it's worth. Oh, Hector, there you go being dooming and gluing again. No, one thing also, I'm a realist, and I'm a straight shooter, and I don't have a filter, and I shoot from the fucking hip, period. Somebody wrote like a serious question. Hector says he could not even force a smile while in prison because his whole face was tight from negativity and stress. That's the truth. You see these lines up here? Well, let me do this. You see these lines up here? They were worse. I can show you guys a picture of what I look like in the prison. Fucking shitty. Like I look like I was 80 years old as a lieutenant being stressed out at Donovan. I'll get into the type of people that don't stress working in a prison, people that don't give a fuck. People, let's say people on first watch. But that's not knocking first watch, right? You have to understand me. There's straight people that don't give a fuck. There's people that could be right here watching you get your ass beat by an inmate. Not give a fuck. You ask them, how's your job? Oh, I love my job. You really want that type of partner? Or you really want to be that type of partner? So, one more thing. Let me know. If you guys work in a prison and you guys break out right here in rashes, because I was telling my dad, I've been out for fucking a year and 2 months. I don't get my rashes no more. Or I'll tell my wife, somebody, I don't get my rashes right here. I used to wash my hands chronically working in a prison with that fucking state soap. I used to fuck my hands up, dry them up, chap them up. Look, my shit is soft as fuck. Soft ass, dainty ass fucking hands. Little bitch ass hands. I'll read this part since we're doing this. He said being in prison affected his life outside of the walls as well. That's the truth. At the time, my daughter was 4. She was sitting on the couch. I gave her a look, and a little girl's face, it went like this. And I caught that. She saw something in me that she didn't like, and it scared her, or it made her fucking do something like a twitch, right? And I told myself, it's a job, man. It's a fucking job. I'm out, right? It was a series of events over a span of time that made me pull the trigger and bounce, okay? Being with my wife, I was an asshole. Still am an asshole from time to time. I was a worse asshole. I was a short-tempered asshole. No patience at all. Imagine getting fucking dumb emails every day from Davies and everybody else, and them putting you under investigation for insubordination, even though I wasn't insubordinate. You guys know what the definition of insubordinate is? It's not following a lawful direct order from your superior. All right, well, first of all, the orders they were giving me were not lawful, number one. Number two, I would do what they would tell me, but I would tell them it was a stupid fucking idea, and then I would document it. They hated that. They would put me under investigation. All right, I'm going to move on because this is crazy. Somebody wrote, 90% of the job is boredom, and the other 3% is when it's go time or the fucked up shit you'll see. Maybe that shit was true in the 1990s. Maybe that shit was true in the early 2000s. But I'm not going to say, you guys understand, there's different prisons. For all you new people, there's different prisons. They're all different, ranging from a level 1 fire camp to a level fucking 4 high desert, 180, kill. 90% of the job is boredom. No, 90 fucking 8% of the job is trying not to get fucking fired or killed. Anybody that's a CO, anybody that's a somebody, anybody that works the fucking line, period. And don't say, oh, I work the line. No, bitch, you're a fucking lieutenant at a fire camp that promoted to lieutenant in 8 years. You've never worked the fucking line. There's a difference between working the line. Ask somebody, what does it mean to work the line? All right, go to Calipat. Ask those fucking cops. They work the line. Go to Centinela. Ask those cops. They work the line. Salinas Valley State Prison. They work the line. And every other prison that has a fucking yard that at the time rocks and rolls, right? Well, what does rock and roll mean? It means it gets fucking busy. He's a little bit of a J-cat, but the man knows what he's talking about. I'm not going to argue with that. But it's a approach that I took. It's an approach that I took. I came out. I was animated. I was like, hey, look over here. James Hill's about to get somebody killed. Oh, fuck, somebody got killed. Right? I had to get animated to let these motherfuckers know, and it's working too. We just hit 28,000. It's a tactic. It's a tactic to wild out, right? It's a tactic. You guys want to know? Hit me up. Tell you about these tactics. I'm an open book. Somebody wrote it in here too that I'm an open book. He's right, but don't let him discourage you. Every job has its ups and downs. No job is perfect. I will agree with that. Every job is the same as far as incompetent bosses. Vindictive, retaliatory bosses. However, not every job will put you in a position to get killed. You guys hear when I say the word killed? K-I-L-L-E-D, killed? Killed. You will, you could, and you may possibly get killed in this day and age working for CDCR. Even back in the day, people were getting killed. 2005, an officer got killed. More so now than ever because you've been watching my videos. Period. And I like to use Office Depot because everybody can relate. Staples. They're not going to ask you to do anything unethical. Hey, Bill. Hey, Hector, I want you to move this box over here. Why? Because I want you to. All right, fuck it. You're paying me whatever, $20 an hour. Move it. Anything else? Yeah, you know what? Move it back. Move it back? You fucking with me, huh? Yeah, so what? All right, cool. I'm moving it back. See how nobody's getting killed in this process? I'm being fucked with. I'm asked to do stupid shit. But ain't nobody the threat of somebody dying. I value life. Maybe you guys don't value life. Who gives a fuck? If you don't value life, go join the California Department of Corrections. Go join. I don't give a fuck, right? Go join. Who the fuck are you to listen to me? Or who am I to say anything to anybody? Right? If you don't like it, don't watch. Period. I think I've already said that. Every job has its ups and downs. That's the truth. That's the wholeheartedly truth. Every job is fucked up, especially now in 2024. Every job is fucked up. You got people at the top of every organization that should not be there. Right? But listen to the dangers. When something goes wrong, they're going to blame you. And what can go wrong? Inmates can die. Inmates are dying. Let me give you an example. RJD. And I'm harping on these level 4 overrides so they can stop them. I already showed you guys a DOM. Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility. You had badass Snoop, level 4 inmate with 297, 279 points. That's the truth. I've seen it. He was endorsed and overridden from a level 4 to a level 3. Somebody should have caught that, right? The warden. He's responsible. Those two suspects were housed in building 5. There's 5 buildings on A-Yard. The victim was housed in building 3. All right. If anybody was an old school prison guard, you would know that your building is your building. You don't let no inmate that doesn't live in the building come into your building. They try to come in. I mean, they're going to try. Hey, stop right there. What are you doing, man? Oh, hey, can I hand that so-and-so something? Hold up. Wait outside. Let me get the porter. Hey, go fucking, right? If you really want them to pass, whatever the fuck. If you're looking out for them, if you want to, you ain't tripping, right? Hey, man, we're going to try to come in here. You're all crazy. But in that case, they came in and they stabbed and they killed somebody. That's why you don't let other inmates come into your building. It's not the officer's fault. They're brand new, number one. Number two is, you know how we got to these places? We got to these places by people like me and others. There's a lot that stopped an inmate at the rotunda. Hey, what are you doing here, man? Hey, fuck you. Fuck me. Come here. Let me pat you down. Now I'm going to pat you down. Now you've caused a scene, right? In the process of patting this inmate down, he turns around, he fucking elbows you or attempts to because you're ready for it if you're a good correctional officer, and then you dump him. Boom. You force him to the ground. Slam him. Boom. Hit your alarm. When that shit goes to, you use force, that's an incident. When you have a fucking idiot like the buffoon, the acting captain buffoon, he's thinking, well, why did you dump that inmate, right? He should know better. He knows better. He's just a puppet. Why did you dump that inmate? Administration doesn't want to see you dumping inmates. Well, I don't give a fuck what administration wants. The policy fucking states I can use force to overcome resistance, gain compliance with lawful order, effect custody, and subdue an attacker. Yeah, I know I can't use it to solely gain compliance. I already know that. You need one more. So then they start burning the cops. Nah, you shouldn't have slammed him. You shouldn't have slammed him. You should have told him to escort him back to his building. Well, I didn't slam him because he was out of bounds. I slammed him because he fucking tried to elbow me. He posed an imminent threat. Nah, I don't give a fuck. You're fired. So that's why cops don't give a fuck in the buildings anymore. You guys catching on? Let me know if you're catching on. Like that like button, share this thing. They don't care. I wouldn't care either. And I'm going to get to a place where somebody wrote, just do your 8 and hit the gate. Since we're winding out of time, I think you guys are telling me, or you think you guys understanding what I'm saying. The job is fine. And you'll make good money. Just do your job and go the fuck home. Go about your life. Don't let your world revolve around CDC. If you get sucked into the drama, it'll consume you and you'll end up being statistic. Good. Thank you, appropriate welcome 13. I tried to do my job, right? And then I would go home. And you know when I would get to my house, what I would fucking find at my front door? You guys think I'm lying? Motherfuckers, I'm never gonna lie to you. Never gonna lie to you. You know what I used to find at my front door? They used to use not FedEx or UPS. They used to use some fucking stupid thing. They would send write-ups to my fucking house, right? The buffoon, Victor Cortez, sent an LOI to my front door. So you say, go do your job and go the fuck home. Motherfuckers, understand that I've seen shit that you guys haven't, right? Understand that there was no going to work and then coming home and then that's that. Shelly Amador, that fucking idiot that should have been fired a million times ago, and I have all the documentation to prove it, and I might do a part 2 today showing you that documentation. She sent me a fucking write-up to my house. So, okay, go to your job, come home, and then when you go to work, you come home, it's over, right? No, motherfuckers, there's a fucking write-up at my front door. That pissed me off. I told them, don't you ever send shit to my house again, motherfuckers. So let me ask you that. What do you think of that about appropriate welcome 13? Did I have those write-ups coming? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I swear on my grandmother who's no longer here and loves to give me $2 bills. Absolutely not. All right, so is that what you guys want? Motherfuckers that want to be COs, you want to just go to a job place when you come home, there's a write-up at your front door. Is that what you guys want? Oh, well, heck, there's just a write-up. Why are you getting bent out of shape? No. In this department, you get fucking fired for nothing. For nothing. That job puts food on the fucking table for your kids. You want your job taken from you for nothing? Food for thought. Speaking of food, pun intended. Somebody wrote here, and I know who this is. He's a good dude too. He's an open book. You can actually even reach out to him. I spoke with him and he gave me his number. Told me about how it was. I just got an email from the Bureau of Prisons. Might stick with him. Yeah, and that dude can hit me up whenever too. And anybody can hit me up. I've already said this. I'll read this. This was a long one. Like everyone has said, it's prison, not an office job. I've actually been enticed to join because of the information he has put out. That's excellent. I'm only in the background process, but the fact that there's an advocate for change, which I would assume is me, out there also means that there has to be officers advocating for change on the inside of the walls. I would hope so, right? And I think there is. I can't say that his info is legit or not, but he does give great tips to protect yourself for the system you work in, so it's not all negative. Yeah, thank you. I think I've been saying that. And somebody wrote, I got to read this. Good luck on the change. Only things that'll change soon is we'll have nothing but keys and maybe a radio. Oh, and of course the body cameras to make sure you don't wear during an alarm. That statement is not far out. That comment is not far-fetched. Nobody in their wildest dreams would have imagined CDCR, COs playing fucking sports with inmates. Nobody. You see where the department is heading, and it's heading this way, not that way, right? It's heading this way for a reason. Pretty soon they're going to tell you, you don't need that pepper spray anymore. Give us that pepper spray. It already happened in the juvenile detention, in the DJJ. It already happened. Okay? You could be in denial. I don't care. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I definitely agree with him. I've experienced everything he mentioned in his videos. And I feel sorry for you that you had to experience that. I truly do. And I apologize on behalf of the department. I mean, I was a lieutenant. I don't know how much say that has, but that's fucked up. I will say, though, people who I met that work in level 2 prisons don't experience much. Facts. Let me tell you guys something. I said I was going to talk about the different types of correctional officers. There's different kinds. There's people that legitimately don't give a fuck. I told you. There's COs that, I'm cool. I got no stress, right? You're my partner. You're a CO. You're getting your ass kicked by an inmate. Fuck it. No stress, whatever. You really want to be that person? You want that person as your partner? Let you answer that. There's that one fucking chick. I said she's a lieutenant with less than 10 years in the department. That's kind of weird. Your spidey senses should go up. Oh, Hector, come on. I'm a lieutenant with 10 years less. Well, that's the way things are going now, but you probably worked the line. You probably worked around inmates. And listen, she's probably thinking, well, I worked around inmates. No, there's a fucking difference between working around inmates and working around inmates. Right? Those that know. Have you ever fought an inmate? Yes or no? Have you ever been in an actual riot? Code 3. I'm not talking about 15 inmates refusing to lock it up on Charlie Yard, housing unit 1415. Okay? Have you participated in a murder? Hopefully you've never participated in a murder. You'd be locked up as we speak. Have you ever fucking been involved in a fucking inmate murder? Have you ever been involved in, I will have to say, numerous staff assaults? There's no way you could just have been involved in one staff assault, right? Responding, being the victim. They're wild. It's a daily occurrence. Have you ever put handcuffs on an inmate? Oh, yeah. I did that, Hector. I did do that. I'm a CO. I did do that. I did put handcuffs on an inmate. Motherfucker. Maybe you worked ADSEG. There was a fluke. You were covered relief. You told the inmate, come out and put your hands through the food port, man. You're going to walk you to the shower. Oh, that's an escort, too. There, check the block, too. You've handcuffed an inmate and you've escorted an inmate. You're a CO, right? You've seen it all. No, man. Those that know. I'm not a sports. Well, I was saying I'm not a sports fanatic, right? But I got a fucking Padres fucking thing in it. Okay, my knowledge on sports isn't like all those other fucking dads. You know what I mean? But look at the NFL. Isn't there what are those called? Training teams. You got third string, fourth string, probably fifth string. You probably got a motherfucker that had been on the team and you never even knew who he was. That person could probably say, yeah, I'm in the NFL. Which is an accurate statement. They are in the NFL. But the people that I surround myself with, the people that know what they're talking about, are the motherfuckers on the line, right? The motherfuckers playing every game, going heads up. Heads up with who? Heads up with the inmates, heads up with administration, heads up with their partners, going heads up. I'm going to end it with this. This is my words of wisdom, my daily message. There used to be an old saying, do your 8 and hit the gate. What that means is go in, do your 8-hour shift, and then hit the gate, leave it behind you. You can't, if you're a supervisor, if you're a sergeant, if you're a lieutenant, you can't really do that anymore, man. You got these fucking idiot captains calling you and, hey, I need a clarification. You used spray the other day. Approximately how far were you? Right? These stupid fucking questions. So tell me this. Are you really doing your work at 8? You're actually supposed to get paid for that for 2 or 4 hours. Thank you very much. I think 4 hours, I think. So make sure you're getting paid when they call you. The buffoon. These are facts. This is a fucking fact. I can't get in trouble for speaking facts. Victor Cortez, the buffoon, was an acting captain. We had a lieutenant. He was number one in seniority. The motherfucker was dying of COVID. Literally. Motherfucker had oxygen in his fucking nose. Motherfucker had oxygen in his throat. Motherfucker was in the ICU. Cortez calls this dude and says, hey, LT, I'm going to bring you a laptop to your ICU room and so you can finish up and input all your RVRs that you heard, your 115s. I'll be damned, that motherfucker didn't hang up on him. When word traveled around prison, did you hear what this son of a bitch did? What'd he do? He fucking called that LT and said he's going to take him a state laptop to go finish up his work even though he's on his deathbed. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Again, go join, right? I'm a fucking nobody. I'm literally a fucking nobody. I have experience in the job that I work. Experiences may vary. Ask. I'm only one person. Ask. You know what? You know what a good individual does? They get a consensus from a lot of people. Hey man, I know you work for the department. How is it? Don't ask about me. Don't bring me up. People might have bias or unbiased. Don't bring me up. Hey, how's the job, man? No, truly, how is the job? Then ask him a third time. Hey, open up, bro. Really, how is the job? Nobody, right? Go ask 10 people. Ask them 3 different times. Get them comfortable. Let them really tell you the truth. With that, keep pushing forward.